Postponed Iran-US talks in Switzerland. Word of the ceasefire coming from two regional officials and a US official. The truce was mediated by Qatar, the US and Iran, the regional officials say. Both Israel and Hezbollah have not immediately commented. Talks between the US and Iran have been called off after intense fighting between Israel and Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, raising questions about an initial agreement to end the war in Iran. I'm Charles Dilladesma.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office did not immediately comment. UK police continue to investigate a deadly train crash.
The incident occurred on lines connecting St. Pancras Station to central England and Scotland. Photos on social media show victims with head bandages and two damaged trains still on the tracks. Bedfordshire Fire and Rescue crews arrived at the scene after the incident was reported. The Times of London reports that Bedford hospital staff have been alerted to possibly expect up to 50 victims. I'm Haya Panjwani.
A new AP North poll finds that President Trump's approval on Iran remained low at 34%, even as a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and restart negotiations materialized. The survey was conducted June 11 through 17th, just after Trump called off threats to escalate the war with Iran. Respondents answered as Trump announced a deal with Iran and authorized an end to the U.S. naval blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. The poll concluded just before the deal was signed Wednesday. Trump's overall presidential approval also held steady at 37%. This is SRN News. The capital of Maryland issues an unusual alert.
The city of Annapolis has prompted some raised eyebrows and ridicule on social media by sending out an emergency preparedness guide specifically for the LGBT community. The Annapolis Office of Emergency Management says disasters pose, quote, unique challenges for LGBT people. Amongst the recommendations are that transgender individuals stockpile hormones to help them live as the opposite sex, along with, quote, chest binders and wigs.
Going on in this country.
Something resembling anything.
If you want to get involved in the conversation, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Check out my classic podcast. There's so much going on the website, but do something. Get involved.
The Joe Messina Show.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. I do appreciate the time that you're spending with us here on the air, in the chat room, texting, tweeting, and just, being part of the conversation as a whole, right? Really simple. So, again, pay attention to what's happening. I want to make sure you have the information you need to be able to step out, do the right thing. Have information, be able to talk to other people. Speak to other people. It's not a big deal. Not that hard to do, Anyway, 855-REAL-JOE. As a matter of fact, the easiest way to do it, send me an email, joe@joemessina.com, joe@joemessina.com. All right. You guys ready for the 4th of July or not? Anyway. I want to hit this one again. You already know about this. This is not like, it's been in the news all day long. But Tulsi Gabbard dropped a real pandemic bombshell on her last day as the DNI. But we already knew most of this. Fauci lied. He lied, about viruses, intimidated dissenters, threatened to pull their light, just a whole bunch of stuff. Now, outgoing Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard released a trove of documents Thursday night that she said proved that Dr. Anthony Fauci suppressed a COVID lab leak, right? And later lied to Congress about it. On her final day of the job, she posted a video on X announcing the release. She said that Fauci provided millions in U.S. tax dollars to fund dangerous gain-of-function research. They used bat coronaviruses at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, right? The other thing I thought was really interesting when you read through some of the paperwork, he knew this came from the lab, but he got a group of scientists together who were willing to say that it came naturally. It came from nature. Just amazing. According to press releases shared by Gabbard, documents prove that Fauci worked closely with intelligence officials during COVID while publicly playing the role of an independent scientific voice. Now, Gabbard also said that Fauci played a central role in shaping intelligence assessments about the origins of COVID. It's a 5-minute video. You should grab it if you can. Fauci was behind the scenes. He was an advisor who, with his hand-picked expert, pushed the IC to endorse a natural animal origin to hide his dangerous research. She added that he became the nation's pandemic pundit and publicly pushed lies, disinformation, and censorship. Just amazing, isn't it? In her press release, Gabbard also said that Fauci lied to Congress, tried to retaliate against voices who did not buy his official lines. And that correspondence was released today. Now, in all the paperwork that you see, the papers that they pull together, they contradict Fauci's 2024 testimony. In a hearing while under oath, Fauci was repeatedly asked whether he spoke to FBI, CIA, DIA, or any other U.S. intelligence agency concerning viral research before, during, or after the pandemic. He repeatedly dodged the question, and then he lied. He said, not to my knowledge about COVID. Multiple whistleblowers, though, revealed the intelligence analysis challenged Fauci's COVID origin. They didn't stop. They kept going, and they should have. Now, according to Gabbard's office, Fauci also helped create a system which a small group of government-backed scientists repeatedly influenced intelligence findings. So they had set up this whole group, this whole team of people to help push back against this stuff on a regular basis, to make sure that they could get away with it on a regular basis. Just crazy, right? And yet, none of this was caught by the Biden administration. The 300,000 kids that they lost track of, it took a new president to find well over half. I think he's close to finding about 200,000 total. Right? You telling me Biden's crack ace team couldn't do that? No, really. All this stuff that we see out there today that they're trying to blame Trump for, go back. Even Governor Newsom, where they're going after him and his wife, right? For corruption. It happened under Biden. It started under Biden. Right? Come on. So it does. This stuff gets hold, and you need to call them out, and you need to stay on them. 855-REAL-JOE. Send me an email, joe@joemessina.com. joe@joemessina.com. All right. Oh, I got a boatload of stories. In the third hour, we're going to talk about the drug issues here in the country. We're not hearing as much about them. Does that mean it went away? No. Hey, the House Democrat leadership preferred candidate in Maine's 2nd District, Maine. Boy, are they rolled a hurt right now. Senator Joe... Oh, there it is. I'll hit you on the other side of the break. Don't go far. A lot more coming up.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each Pure Ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
You've been working hard, doing the right thing, and paying your taxes, and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now it's time to break the piggy bank and get something back. Medicare. If you didn't know it, Medicare is health insurance for people over 65, and you've paid for it with your tax dollars. Medicare plans now have more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you, and in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best Medicare plan designed exactly for you. Hey, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214. Can your IRA stand up to the next financial crisis that our top economists are saying is at our doorsteps? By allocating a percentage of your IRA into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns by putting your IRA back on the gold standard. Find out how to safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report. Protect your IRA today with one simple phone call and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. Call Genesis Gold Group, empowering faith-driven stewardship. 800-504-1123. 800-504-1123. 800-504-1123. That's 800-504-1123.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed-fee legal solution in the country, with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me can understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
You got a love bite on your neck. He's coming back this morning. What's the matter with you? Your life's going down the toilet. Cover up that damn thing. Come on, put some makeup on. Right.
Not sing a song. singing songs. Joe was here, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855 Real Show. Okay, got it. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. Happy. You can't not be happy listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. It's impossible, right? Anyway, seriously. Okay, Joe Messina, your host. Glad you're with me. Always appreciate your time with me. I'm glad to see that Fauci. He's going to be in the hot seat. I think they should challenge those pardons. Seriously. You've got whistleblowers that'll come up and speak to the fact that it wasn't Joe Biden didn't know about him. Had no clue. His team was putting them all out. I think Trump should pardon everybody. Go ahead and watch them challenge them. Do it the same way. You know? So apparently, you guys asked for it, you got it. And I think it started with AOC and mostly with AOC. I'll put it that way. So House Democrat leadership preferred candidate in Maine's 2nd District, State Senator Joe Baldacci, that's what it looks like it says, lost his primary to a progressive Matt Dunlap. Now, this is state election officials announced the finish of the counting on Friday. Now, why it matters is the second time this month that a candidate backed by the Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee fell short, or as we like to say, lost. California State Assembly member Jasmeet Bains, the DCCC-backed candidate in California's 22nd District, they failed to make it to the general election. They lost out to a progressive, Randy Villegas. The DCCC also has sparked considerable tension among House Democrats by intervening in these races with some lawmakers, threatening to withhold their dues to the House Democrat campaign arm. So Dunlap, Maine State Auditor, he defeated both Baldacci and former congressional staffer Jordan Wood. These are ranked choice primary. Big deal. Big mistake. Look them up. Big mistake. Now, Baldacci was one of several candidates in a contested primaries who were added to the DCCC's coveted red to blue list. Now, programs generally meant to help Democrat candidates in open or Republican-held battleground seats. They put money in there to defeat the GOP opponent, but party leadership determined that Baldacci and several other candidates in districts across the country had the best chance of flipping or holding their districts, which tells you the direction the party's heading in. The DCCC investment was minuscule compared to how much they spent in other primaries in California, Texas, and Pennsylvania. They ran a $7,500 joint ad buy with Baldacci, whose own campaign spent nearly $250,000 on ads. Outside the group's Real Change PAC, which held suspected ties to Republicans, they spent $500,000 on ads attacking Baldacci. So Dunlap will face off with Republican former Governor Paul LePage in a race to succeed Representative Jared Golden. The district is seen as one of GOP's top potential pickups in November. It's gone to President Trump by 9 percentage points in 2024. So there's a way to make it happen. So, again, it's interesting that the progressive socialists, I'll put it that way, are making their way through. It's not that they're not having any trouble, but they're making their way through. And the biggest part of that is because of what they're promising. And they're promising things they can't provide. They can't supply. They're lying. They know, come on, they know they're lying. Right? Not that hard. 855 Real Joe. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, and truly be part of the conversation. All right. As you watch these blue states, blue cities go into full-blown social mode, look what's happening to them. They're losing the people who are carrying 40, 50% of the tax base. recently in one of the magazines or one of the, I don't know if it was Newsweek or what, there was a comparison of New York and Florida. It was written in response to left-wing Mayor Mandani's strange trolling of Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher. The article briefly touched on how Sunshine State is eating the Empire State's lunch on education. And Florida isn't alone. Much is made of the extraordinary Mississippi miracle in the Deep South, and for very good reason. Meanwhile, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos offered the following assessments of Big Apple's government-run school system. He said, if we ran Amazon the same way, especially that New York City runs, their school system packages would take 6 weeks to arrive. We charge you a $100 delivery fee, and when the package did finally arrive, it would probably have the... Gotta love them. Gotta have the wrong item in it. Mandani may have to toggle away from offering spacious rebuttals to long-deceased conservative leaders and then return to his bread and butter. Railing against the alienated, successful people. That's the way to go. He's a sick man. Now, the mayor can fume, but Bezos, he isn't wrong. Bethany Mandel highlights the achievement gaps separating New York and Texas in education. New York City spends roughly $43 billion a year to educate about 850,000 students, putting the result of that it's an astronomical figure, is it not? 2/3 of fourth graders can't do math. Not properly anyway. Nearly 3/4 can't read at grade level. Right? Along with poor academic outcomes, those billions of buying increasingly unsafe schools, student assaults are up. Even city schools are suspending fewer students. How does that stack up against Lone Star? Mandel examines the state's back-to-basics takeover of Blue Houston's failing schools as treacherous. So, again, you look at what's happening. Look at what's happening across the country. Now, you know, Houston is a blue state. I mean, a blue city. And they're failing. But they can't say that out loud. There's no way. And Democrats won't admit to it. I don't know why. Just admit to it. Figure out what's going on. Look at what other states are doing. And fix it. Joe Messina, your host. Be back with you in a few minutes. Don't go far.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's home ownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control. Making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. There are hopes today that a new truce between Israel and Hezbollah sticks.
Israel and the Hezbollah militant group agreed on Friday to renew their ceasefire after fighting postponed Iran-US talks in Switzerland. Word of the ceasefire coming from two regional officials and a US official. The truce was mediated by Qatar, the US and Iran, the regional officials say. Both Israel and Hezbollah have not immediately commented. Talks between the US and Iran have been called off after intense fighting between Israel and Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, raising questions about an initial agreement to end the war in Iran. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office did not immediately comment. UK police continue to investigate a deadly train crash.
The incident occurred on lines connecting St. Pancras Station to central England and Scotland. Photos on social media show victims with head bandages and two damaged trains still on the tracks. Bedfordshire fire and rescue crews arrived at the scene after the incident was reported. The Times of London reports that Bedford hospital staff have been alerted to possibly expect up to 50 victims. I'm Haya Panjwani.
A new AP North poll finds that President Trump's approval on Iran remained low at 34%, even as a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and restart negotiations materialized. The survey was conducted June 11 through 17th, just after Trump called off threats to escalate the war with Iran. Respondents answered as Trump announced a deal with Iran and authorized an end to the U.S. naval blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. The poll concluded just before the deal was signed Wednesday. Trump's overall presidential approval also held steady at 37%. This is SRN News. The capital of Maryland issues an unusual alert.
The city of Annapolis has prompted some raised eyebrows and ridicule on social media by sending out an emergency preparedness guide specifically for the LGBT community. The Annapolis Office of Emergency Management says disasters pose, quote, unique challenges for LGBT people. Amongst the recommendations are that transgender individuals stockpile hormones to help them live as the opposite sex, along with, quote, chest binders and wigs. Michael Harrington reporting.
A number of Christian players.
We're back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Just get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. You know, there's so much going on, so many things happening that you can get involved with, that can be part of. And you should, oh, that would help, wouldn't it? And you should be part of. There you go. Now I can hear me. So I do appreciate you, being part of this show anyhow. Always a lot going on here, a lot of things happening. Talking about how how bad the schools are doing in blue states, blue cities, and how much money they spend. They spend all kinds of money on their education, and they always come up short. Right? There's no merit pay for teachers. What do they use it for guidelines? Here in California, there's not even an exit exam anymore. Your kid can graduate from high school as an idiot. Anyway, I mean, think about it. It's $43 billion a year to educate about 850,000 students, putting the rest of the country spending the shame. But that's over $44,000 per child per year. We don't get that much money. The result of that astronomical figure, 2/3 of fourth graders can't do math. Nearly 3/4 can't read at grade level. Along with poor academic outcomes, those billions are buying increasingly unsafe schools. Student assaults are on the rise in the city. How does that stack up against the Lone Star? Now, in Houston, Texas, just 2 years ago, or 2 years into a dramatic state-led intervention, student gains in Houston independent school districts are the envy of urban districts across the country. And that turnaround began in 2023 when Texas Governor Greg Abbott said he had it. We're done with this. So they took over the Houston School District. After years of chronic academic failure, including a persistently underperforming high schools that failed to meet state standards, 2 years later the results are impossible to ignore. Seriously. According to the latest academic report, the number of A- and B- rated campuses has more than doubled, rising from 93 schools before the takeover to 197 schools today. Meanwhile, D and F rated campuses collapsed from 121 schools to just 18. I mean, come on. The district no longer has a single F rated campus remaining. Reading scores of the state's STAR standards test increased by nearly 14% district-wide. I mean, they are kicking California's backside. And for minority students, the numbers are just as impressive. Black and Hispanic students posted reading gains of more than 15%. Economically disadvantaged students and emergent bilingual students also posted double-digit STAR gains. So New York City's per pupil spending level is triple that of Texas losing, yielding empirically inferior outcomes, across multiple metrics. Again, spending, the amount of money you spend is not going to change the grades. It's how the teachers care. It's what's demanded of them, of the teachers and the students and staff. And you can even find, numbers to prove that the more money you spend on the students, the less they don't do as well. I'm going to say the bigger problem you have with kids succeeding. And it might drive bigger negative outcomes. When policies and politicians demonize and drive away successful people and enterprises, everything gets worse. The New York governor has learned this the hard way. In New York, even if Mandani hasn't gotten the memo, right? It's a memo he may never receive. He'll never accept it. Because, he doesn't. The grade thing isn't a big deal for him. How much money am I getting? And if you're going to attract capital, look at, if your schools are doing terrible, your kids can't even read properly. Why would I start my manufacturing business there? You can't read? Right? You're not going to be able to follow the directions. You're not going to be able to get to work on time. There's nothing expected of you, forced on you, so to speak. Work starts at 8, period. School starts at 8, period. Not when you decide to get there. Attracting capital, rewarding success, welcoming driving businesses have allowed Texas to vault ahead of California, leaving New York in the dust. Texas is the new capital of the Fortune 500, taking California's crown. And that's according to Fortune magazine. The details? Everything is bigger in Texas, including the companies. The Lone Star State is now home to the most Fortune 500 companies, ranked roughly $2.8 trillion in revenue last year compared to California's 56 businesses and roughly $2.7 trillion in revenue. New York comes in third with 53 companies and $2.2 trillion in recent years. What's funny is California always said that they had the largest, from an economic standpoint, they had the largest economy pretty much in the country, for a state type of thing. And now Texas has kicked their backside. Just using common sense. $2.2 trillion. In recent years, Texas anti-regulation, low tax policies have attracted companies including Tesla, McKesson, Oracle, among others, to move out there. Now, the question is asked by one reader, will California finally learn its lesson? Easy. This is an easy one. No, not going to happen. Right? You're going to vilify. They're going to continue to vilify, tax, chase away the spot. It's going to deepen with multiple tax hikes. They put more taxes out there now. Right? A catastrophic new punitive measure on the horizon. The preemptive impact of they're looking to see, gee, what can we tax where somebody might make money? Under California one-party rule, one governance hallmark has been doubling down on dysfunctional and failure. Destructive policies stay in place because entrenched interests want them to. Even if they're objectively disastrous, the system, the election system alone, is just really a microcosm, a small part of the bigger problem in this state. No wonder people are leaving in droves. Right? They know the legislation is poisoned. They know they never see a tax cut, only tax hikes. Doesn't matter what's going on, even if revenue is down. Gas prices keep going up. Why come here? Some people are somewhat stuck here, I get that. Why come here? Why stay here? If you can go, go. Right? And we have got to beat our brains out to fix the census. If you truly only had, right, citizens of these United States counted in the census, I think the estimate is the Dems would lose anywhere between 30 and 40 seats. Think about that. Anyway. So we'll see what happens after the next census. Elections have consequences, they say. So do bad policy decisions. You're moving a lot of these people over to like Texas and Florida. What do you think is going to happen? How do you think it's going to play out? Just asking. You can come up with whatever you want to. Just asking. And now what you're seeing too is some of these California millionaires, even as of late, they know what's coming down the pike. They're not stupid people. Right? Watch what happens. California's hinting on some of these taxes for the billionaires, you know. It looks like it's going to happen. Watch what happens. They're going to be gone. They're already leaving. So a lot of these guys they've told others, not just themselves, but told others. Right, they're now eyeing exits over fears that a billionaire tax should be tweaked to target smaller fortunes. Right? This is what I said. I said this yesterday. I believed this for a while, but I said it yesterday. It's not going to be a billionaire tax. Really, think about it. It is not going to be just a billionaire tax. It's going to work its way down. So the way the bill has been written, the way the law has been written, it can be tweaked to target smaller fortunes. The proposed 5% wealth tax on billionaires was just cleared for the November ballot. People are going to vote for it. You know why? It's a billionaire tax. Really that simple. Joe Bassini, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229, 800-734-1229.
I'd like to introduce you to our new sponsor, Get the Tea. Get the Tea carries all natural, non-GMO organic teas and supplements made in the USA. Get the Tea's ingredients are the purest available. My favorite is Life Change Tea. Life Change Tea is a gentle daily cleanse containing 12 herbs that when combined really keep things moving. I drink it every day and my energy has never been better. I'm feeling great. Life Change Tea comes in 3 delicious flavors, natural, peppermint, and pomegranate. It's an easy and delicious way to keep your digestion on track. And for those on the go, try D365. D365 is Life Change Tea in a capsule. Drink the tea or take D365 capsules and keep your digestion running smoothly. Go to getthetea.com and enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
You know this man.
Go ahead. Make my day.
We are back at it again. You're listening to the Joe Messina Show, or watching, or whatever it is you're doing. I so much appreciate the time you're spending with us here on the air, in the chat room, texting, tweeting, being part of the conversation, which will make you, you hear me? It'll make you part of the solution. So I really do appreciate the time that you're spending with us. I really understand there's other things you could be doing. I don't know why. Other shows you could be listening to. Again, I say, I don't know why you wouldn't be listening to this one, but I do appreciate it. Appreciate your time. I understand that time is precious. We all know that, right? And, not you, but somebody you love could be gone tomorrow. So you want to spend as much time as you can with them. You want to make sure that you let them know how you care about them. Coming into the hot summer months, and some of your older folks, they don't really get that whole thirsty thing down, right? Okay. Talking about the millionaires here in California, the billionaires, whatever. California is losing its luster. They're running out. Not kind of, sort of. They are running out. Okay? And they're now eyeing exits over fears that the billionaire tax could be tweaked to target smaller fortunes. Now, that's according to a tax advisor. And this guy deals with the mega rich. The proposed 5% wealth tax on billionaires was just cleared for November. Here it comes. And they're not going to stop. They will not stop anytime soon, I guarantee it. Now, the tax guru told the Post that this is just billionaires hatching plans to potentially leave. Right? This bill, by the way, this push for billionaire taxes is backed by the SEIU. Now, why would they do that? Why would a union want more tax money coming into the coffers? Well, gee, I wonder. I started getting calls from people who were saying, I could be, permanent. The billionaire tax received more than 1 million verified signatures and qualifying for November ballots. Now, because that was an easy one. Don't you think billionaires should pay more money? As they walk through every, apartment building in California. See, our founding fathers had it right. I'm sorry, people, but they wanted landowners to vote because ultimately, just take it really simple. You're in an apartment, especially in Los Angeles. Take Los Angeles, New York, wherever. You're in an apartment. You're renting your apartment. They want more taxes on billionaires, people owning apartments like yours or millionaires. So you go, yeah, you should be paying more taxes. You make more money than I do. You should be doing more. Because you can't figure out the whole percentage thing, can you? Right? 50, so let's just say, make it easy for you, 10%. Let's just say your tax rate was 10%. If you're making $40,000 a year and your tax rate is 10%, let's say you have, I'm going to make it easy for everybody. Let's say you have no deductions. Right? You don't get, it's just straight against your gross salary. Well, then your tax is $4,000, right? 10%, $4,000, 40,000. And a millionaire, 10%, they're going to pay $100,000. Just put it together. It's simple stuff. I try to keep things at a 6th grade level around here because even I can't think that high. So it's all relative. So here you are in an apartment going, charge that person more money. And then LA City comes in, and New York City and Chicago, and they put rent control on. So now this person's got to pay more in taxes. They can't charge you more to cover it. In some cities, now in New York, which is what they're trying to do, that if you own a place that they don't think you're maintaining properly, they can take it away from you. Because we know that city and state, we know that government-run apartment buildings always do so well, don't they? I love this stuff. I just think it's hilarious. Billionaire tax backers offered to reduce the levy to 2% in an open letter Thursday, but Newsom said he doesn't support the compromise. Right. God, love it. We've already lost many. Look at Sergio Brin bought a $50 million home in Miami Beach. Why? Get out of California. There's no tax there. Okay? The writer referenced comments from UC Berkeley professor of billionaire tax, author Emmanuel Sayez, who admitted in a debate last month that the proposed tax on total assets of billionaires might not be a one-time thing. So, we're going to do it once, and then we're going to turn around and go, maybe we should do this more often. This is great. If there's another one, I don't think it's going to be one-time tax. You can't You can't surprise billionaires more than once. Right? And they've already nailed these people before for other things. California Business Roundtable claimed in April memo that the billionaire tax could be tweaked by the state's legislature to include even middle-class California households. Now, the people who wrote the bill say, oh, no, we can't change it. Well, that's not true. Especially here in California. They change everything they want to change. Any illusions that there's going to be a one-time... It's never a one-time thing. There are toll bridges across this country where the government conned us into believing it'd be a one-time shot. One-time deal. Right? And what happened? The one I grew up in, the town I grew up in, the city I grew up in, I should say, not town. There's a toll bridge there that was only supposed to be a couple of years till it paid for itself. Now, that thing, how old am I? 59, 60. That thing's been like that almost 72 years. A lot of it was a temporary thing. Although temporary is a subjective term, is it not? Any illusions that this guy's going to be a one-time thing, you just got to forget it. If Newsom is involved, the Democrats are involved, it ain't going to be a one-time thing. It's going to be around for a long time. And they'll tweak it as they need to. Right? This tax is very popular. But it's because of the name of the tax. It's a billionaire tax. A survey by the Public Policy Institute of California conducted in mid-May found that 54% of voters are likely to agree with the tax. Some of the CPA's clients who are wealthy but worth well under $1 billion see writing on the wall. Right? They've seen this happen in California and even in Massachusetts, like Elizabeth Warren. She proposed a 2% annual tax on households worth $50 million or more. Why? It's there for you because they always come up with, well, they couldn't have made that money if they weren't on the roads. They couldn't have made that money. Okay, but they've already paid for that in their home taxes. They paid for that in their income taxes already. You haven't upgraded the system. You haven't upgraded the roads. There's still potholes the size of my car out there. Just amazing. But the heck with it. No. My attitude is like, let them sink. Go for it. Let them sink. And maybe they'll figure it out. So. All right. What do I want to do? New evidence is, I got time for this one? Yeah. I've never heard of so many leaks in my life with the government. Really. Just amazing. And when you look at what's happening here, how has Iran, right? How have they kept secret where their bomb places, all of that? You know what I'm talking about? Where their military hidden bases are, what have you. It's not like they're a high-tech organization over there. No, I mean that sincerely. I can't figure this out. A lot of their people, not the Iranian, mainstream Iranians, but a lot of these people could be bought with big bucks, and we're willing to pay it. So they're finding some leaks coming up, but Iran's trying to get all over it. So we'll see. I'm very curious to see if they can stop that, because you're watching, and I wish these shows that bring on these people that are in the defense world, I wish these guys would stop telling people, yeah, well, we've got forces all over there. We've got this, that, the other thing. They give us information. No. Tell them, yeah, we just keep searching. We're looking. We're doing the best we can. That's what you need to tell them. Anyway. It's like telling your enemy. Remember when, the stupid questions that when they used to ask Obama and Biden, so when do you think you're going to take action against such and such? Well, probably within the next few weeks, especially if they don't come around. Oh, yeah, that didn't give away anything, did it? Wasn't that great? Not the way you do it. I love what Trump says. What are you, stupid? Why would I tell you that? I tell you that, the enemy's going to hear it. They're going to know we're coming for them. I'm not going to tell you that. I thought that was great. Oh, God. And there's claims out, I can't do this right now, but there's claims out there that Obama hasn't paid the contractors who worked in the library. Right? And many of them are black contractors. Remember, he was going to help the community? All right. Back within a few minutes. Don't go far. A lot more coming up on the Joe Messina.